an update as far as the Sunjay Kapur will case is concerned. The case has been going on in Delhi High Court, and Sunjay Kapur's second wife, Priya Kapur, has defended the will in the High Court. She has gone on to say through senior advocate Rajiv Nair, who's arguing on her behalf, that this is a case which is turning out to be wife versus wife, and then she goes on to say that obviously the current wife would be preferred over the estranged one. Priya Kapur's legal team has raised question on the maintainability of the suit. The suit was filed by Karisma Kapur's son and daughter, and the entire maintainability is being challenged by Priya Kapur. She says, if this will is forged, will I spell my own son's name wrong? This is coming because earlier the lawyer representing Karisma Kapur's son and daughter had raised question whether this will was an act of forgery and conspiracy. So taking a strong objection to that, Priya Kapur is telling the court that the will has been completely without any doubt. It didn't provide for the children in the will because Sunjay Kapur provided for them in the trust. Ananya Bhatnagar has been hearing the proceedings in court. Ananya, so to sum up, it is maintainability of the will versus allegations of forgery in the will. That is what the sum total of today's argument is?
Well, absolutely. Today's argument comes down to, it's a wife versus wife game is what, in fact, Priya Kapur's lawyer and senior advocate Rajiv Nair actually argued before the court. He went on to say, in a wife versus wife case, definitely the current wife would be preferred over the estranged wife is what, in fact, the defense of Mr. Rajiv Nair was. As far as Priya Kapur is concerned. Not only that, it was also stated by Mr. Nair that, if at all the will was forged, whether Priya Kapur would make a mistake to actually spell her own son's name wrong. And that is something, that is a defense that has been taken by Priya Kapur's lawyer. Not only that, the primary contention that Priya Kapur's lawyers are raising that if at all there was a problem with the will, if at all they felt that, the will is something that is forged or, fabricated, then there had to be a challenge to the will, which is not there in the plaint, and the court only sees the plaint that has been filed before, in fact, the court, and that is something that is not there. No kind of amendment was made to the plaint, and that is why this whole plaint or the petition that has been filed by Karisma Kapur's children is something that is bogus in nature. How would this fight would emerge out finally is something that we'll have to wait and watch for, because if you remember, since the very beginning it was a Sajish, now it's a wife versus wife. Now where will this be headed is something that we'll have to wait and watch for.
So how close are we towards the final arguments in this case, Ananya?
Well, it is Priya Kapur's lawyers who are arguing, and, Mr. Jethmalani was arguing for Karisma Kapur's children. Took almost 3 days to argue. We believe that, Friday is the next hearing, a day or two more, and we'll get to know any interim orders being passed in this case or not.
Right. So maybe by next week or around Diwali, we'll know whether an interim order is getting passed. But an interim order, Ananya, could be by way of disclosure, any further disclosure, or it could settle this debate on who should be given how much. I mean, what is the expectations? What is it that the petitioners are seeking when they seek an interim order?
Well, as far as the interim order is concerned, Mr. Jethmalani and Karisma Kapur's children are actually seeking for restraining any kind of a third-party right on the assets of Mr. Sunjay Kapur, sale, purchase, or any kind of activity on those assets should not take place is what, in fact, the demand of interim demand per se of Karisma Kapur's children is there. So whether or not that is granted, we'll get to know only after Diwali because the now be breaking for, in fact, for the Diwali vacations. We'll get to know only after Diwali as to whether Karisma Kapur's children actually secure a release in this case or not.
Right. Ananya, thank you so much for helping us understand what's really going on in the Delhi High Court there. Around Diwali, perhaps there will be more clarity on this matter as an interim order is expected around that time. Staying on with the